Hello everyone, welcome to our new session of fluid mechanics. Today we are going to start our new topic that is the flow of viscous fluid between two parallel plates. If we talk about our previous session, in that session we have already covered about the flow of viscous fluid through the circular pipe, and at the end of that session we had concluded and we had found one formula, that is Hazen-Poiseuille formula, which is used for a friction due to head loss. Okay, so in this session we will find out one more head loss formula, that is the flow of fluid between the two flat parallel plates. So let's start our today's session. Okay, so in this session you can have two parallel plates. We are having these two parallel plates at a distance of t. So here it is the two parallel plates and the direction of flow which is from the left towards the right side. So in this case we will again find out the shear stress distribution, the velocity distribution across this section between these two parallel plates, and also the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. And next step we will find out, that is the difference of pressure head for the given length of the parallel plates. So here it is the total four things we need to find out between these two parallel plates. First of all, the shear stress distribution, velocity distribution, ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity, and the fourth and last one, that is the difference of pressure rate between these two parallel plates. So here we are assuming that two parallel plates which are at a distance of t, and the viscous fluid which is flowing between these two parallel plates from the left to the right side. Let us again consider the small fluid element over here, that is the ABCD, which is having the length of delta x and it has a thickness of this delta y, and this plate is at a distance of y from this below plate, below fixed plate. So here it is the one arbitrary small fluid element which is the ABCD, that is placed at a distance of the y. You can see that over here it is placed at a distance of y from the below fixed plate. If we say that the intensity of pressure on the side of AB of the fluid element, likewise there is a next and another pressure which is applied on the side CD, and also there is a third element of the pressure force, that is the shear stress between this AD side to the parallel plates. So let's see the different forces which is applied on this arbitrary fluid element. In that first force, that is the first pressure force P, which is applied on the side AB. So here it is the pressure into the area. So the P, which is the pressure, and the area, that is the height of AB, that is delta y, and the thickness of AB, which is a unity. So overall here it is the area of the side AB, that is delta y into 1, and P, that is the intensity of pressure. So this whole value is represent at the pressure force which is applied on the side or on the face AB. Likewise, we are having a second force which is applied on the CD, which is through the distance of, or the through the distance or the length of delta x, so that we can say as the pressure intensity at the side CD, that is the P plus del P upon del X into delta X into delta Y. So here it is the change in pressure intensity due to the length of delta X. Okay, so this component which shows that the change in a pressure intensity due to the length of delta X into the area, and the area of this side CD, that is again delta Y, which is the height, and the width of side CD or this arbitrary area or the element, that is unity. So this force is the P plus del P upon del X into delta X. This is the pressure intensity which is applied on the side CD into this area. Third one, which is the shear force which is applied on the side, on this below side, that is the stress into the area. So the length is delta x. Over here you can see that length is delta x plus 1. So here it is the stress into area which is applied on the face BC, same as in the opposite direction. There is a shear stress plus change in a shear stress due to the height of this element, that is a delta y into area. So here it is the total forces which is applied on the four faces. First one is AB side, second is CD side, third force which is applied on BC, and the fourth one which is applied on ED side. So total four types of force which is applied on these parallel plates through this arbitrary area. Okay. So if we say there is a no acceleration, so we can conclude that the resultant force which is applied on this direction in the flow direction, and that will be a zero. So let us consider the positive forces which is going through the left from the right, going to the right side from the left side, and the another forces which is towards opposite direction, that will be your negative forces. So first force which is applied on the AB side, that is P into delta y into 1, which is applied to the right side direction from the left side. So it is the positive P into delta y into 1. This force will be negative, so the negative of P plus del P upon del x into delta x into delta y into 1. So this one is your negative term, into third term, that is the tau delta x into 1, which is again applied in the opposite direction, this force, and the positive of tau plus del tau divided by del y into delta y into delta x into 1. So that will be equals to 0, because there is no change in the acceleration, and this one is for the steady flow, uniform flow. So after the opening of this bracket, this P will multiply with this delta y, and it will be a negative one that cancel out with this positive one, so that the negative of del P upon del x into delta x into delta y, this one is your first step. Likewise, by opening of this bracket, this tau and this delta x will be cancelled out with this term. So the delta tau divided by delta y, del tau divided by del y into delta y into delta x. So here it is your remaining terms, and after the dividing of delta x and delta y, this will be cancelled out, and the remaining terms are del p upon del x plus del tau upon del x. So we can write that like this, and there will be your new equation for the after simplification of this main equation. Let us find out our first term, that is the velocity distribution. So to obtain this velocity distribution, we'll find out from the Newton's law of viscosity, and the Newton's law of viscosity, that is the tau equals to mu du upon dy, that is from the laminar flow. Okay, so put this value of tau in the equation of this previous equation, put this value of tau over here. So now let us put the value of tau over here. You can see that this one is your value of tau mu du upon dy. So this one is multiplied with this del, and it will be your del square u divided by dy into dy, that is dy square, that is dy square. And after the simplification, this mu is going towards this left side, and it will be your 1 divided by mu del p upon del x. Let us integrate this equation with respect to y, because we need the velocity to be independent this. So after let us integrate this equation with respect to y. So del u upon del y, that equals to 1 upon mu del p upon del x into y, constant into y, plus this constant c1, because this del p upon del x, that is constant. Likewise, again we need this as an individual term, so let us integrate again. So this u will be simple, that equals to 1 upon mu del p upon del x, and this y, that is y square by 2, integration of y, that is y square by 2 plus c into y plus c2. So here it is, the two constants are there after the integrating this equation two times. So now let us get the value of this constant by applying the boundary condition. First boundary condition is that when y equals to 0, at that time u equals to 0, like this. If we say in this equation, when this y equals to 0 over here, let's it is some extra thing. Let us see, when this y equals to 0, the value of y is this. When y equals to 0, it means this arbitrary plate is at this bottom side over here. So when y equals to 0, at that time the velocity over here, that will be a 0. Over here y equals to 0, at that time your u, that will be a 0, because this plate is directly in the friction between this arbitrary plate and the lower fixed plate. So the velocity that is again 0. And the another boundary condition is that when y equals to t, at that time u equals to 0. Y equals to t, it means that this arbitrary value, this arbitrary surface is at this side, at this side. T, it means y equals to t, this much distance. When this y equals to t, it means your arbitrary plate is at this level. So at this level again, over here your u, that is again 0. U, it means your velocity, that is again 0, because of direct contact between this plate towards this parallel plates. So whenever you are having a direct contact between these end plates, at that time your velocity will be 0. So your maximum velocity is at the center, of this plate. So the value of center, it means t divided by 2. When you are going t divided by 2, it means this center line over here, your u, that will be your u max. So the maximum velocity is at t divided by 2. So we are having total two boundary condition. When y equals to 0, at that time velocity is 0, and when your y, that is t, at that time again u, that is t. Okay, so let us put this value in the previous equation 9.8. When your y equals to 0, at time u equals to 0, by putting this value in this equation, y equals to 0, at that time u equals to 0. So u equals to 0, 0, c0, 0, at that times your c2, that is 0. And after putting another boundary condition, that is y equals to t, at that time u equals to 0. So u equals to 0 and y equals to t, c1 into y. So here it is again t. So after simplifying this equation, we are having the value of c1. So the value of c2, that is 0, and the value of c1 over here, you can see that. So we are having two values of constant, and the substitute these two values in the equation 9.8, this equation, in this equation, by putting value of constant over here c1 and c2, we are having a final equation somewhat like this, that is the velocity equation or the velocity distribution towards parallel plates, that is a negative of 1 upon 2 mu del p upon del x into ty minus y square. So in the above equation, you can see that the mu del p upon del x and the t, that are the constant. It means that u, that is varies with the square of y, same as, if you remember this term, which is same as like a flow of a viscous fluid through the circular pipe. Okay, so at that time u, that was again varies with the square of y. So here it is, this equation is known as parabolic equation, and this value is gives you somewhat like this parabola. Okay, so this one is your velocity distribution, which gives like parabola, where your maximum velocity is at a center and the minimum velocity is at the end of these parallel plates. Okay, so now let us find out the next term, that is the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So as we know that the maximum velocity is at a distance of y is equal to t by 2, it means the center of two plates. So u max, that is negative of 1 upon 2 mu del p upon del x. Over here y is equal to, we had put the value of y, that is t by 2, So after the simplification, you are getting u max, that is a negative of 1 upon 8 mu del p upon del x t square. And to find out this average velocity, we need to find out the discharge through the arbitrary element. So let us find out that discharge, that is dq, through this arbitrary element, fluid element, and that is the velocity at a distance of y and the area of that strip. So the velocity at a distance of y, that is this much, which we had already find out this much, that is the velocity at a distance of y, and the area of strip, that is dy into 1. Okay, so to get the whole discharge, it means the from two parallel plates, we need to integrate the lowest value, that is 0, to the highest value of thickness, that is t. After the integrating this term, we'll get this ty with respect to dy. So this y, that is the y square by 2, and this y square, that is your y cube divided by 3, and this lower value and the upper values of integration. By putting these two values, these two limits, we'll get the 1 upon 2 mu del p upon del x t cube divided by 2 and t cube divided by 3, and it will be your 1 upon 12 mu del p upon del x t cube. So here it is the value of q, but we need to find out velocity, average velocity, and that equals to q divided by area. So here it is the value of q divided by area. So this one is your value of average velocity minus 1 upon 12 mu del p upon del x into t square. And what we are going to find? We are going to find a ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So here it is the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So here it is your maximum velocity divided by average velocity. So it is your 3 divided by 2, that is the value of maximum velocity towards average velocity. Okay. Third thing, that is to find out which is the drop of pressure between these two cross section at the cross section distance of L. So the average velocity, as we know that, and already we had find the average velocity, that is 1 upon minus 1 upon 12 mu del p upon del x t square, or it will be your del p upon del x minus 12 mu u bar t square. Okay, so let us integrate to remove this x, integrate this term with this up to this limit, that is 1 to 2. So integrating with respect to dp, so 12 mu u bar divided by t square into x, so this p, that is p1 minus p2, after putting the limits, equals to 12 mu u bar divided by t square, and this dx, that is x1 minus x2, and that is your L, length x1 minus x2. Okay, so here it is the drop of pressure between two limits, and hf, that is the drop of pressure head. HF, that is drop of pressure head. So let us dividing this equation divided by rho g on the both side over here, and another one is over here. So dividing by rho g, so here it is the drop of pressure head, and that is 12 mu u bar L divided by rho g t square. The last one, that is the shear stress distribution, which is obtained by the substituting this value in the form of u from the equation 9.9. So here it is the Newton's law of viscosity. By putting the value of u, that is the velocity, you can see that over here it is the equation of velocity, which is already find out, and this one is your shear stress distribution. So in this equation, this del p upon del x and the t, that are the constant value. So we can say that as the tau, which varies linearly with the y. Okay. So you can see that value over here, the tau is varies linearly with respect to distance y, tau. So here it is the diagram for the shear stress distribution. Okay. So thank you. This was all about today's session, that is the flow of viscous fluid between two parallel plates. So this one is again the IMP topics for the examination point of view. You need to write down this whole derivation and submit it to the Google Classroom. Thank you.